Have you ever wondered if people with superpowers like Marvel's X-Men could exist in real life? Let's delve into this fascinating question by first understanding the concept of genetic mutation and evolution. You see, life as we know it is a result of countless mutations that occurred over billions of years, shaping and reshaping species in response to their environment. Now, comic book narratives like X-Men creatively extrapolate this concept, presenting a world where certain mutations result in extraordinary abilities, or as we'd like to call them, superpowers. In the real world, we do have instances of extraordinary human abilities that, while not as dramatic as shooting lasers from one's eyes or controlling weather, are nonetheless quite remarkable. Consider the Sherpas of the Himalayas, for instance. These hardy individuals have evolved over generations to live and work comfortably in conditions that would leave most of us gasping for breath. Their bodies have adapted to efficiently use oxygen in high-altitude, low-oxygen environments, which can be seen as a sort of superpower. Or take the case of Wim Hof, also known as the Iceman, who can withstand freezing temperatures that would be lethal to the average person. His ability is not a result of genetic mutation, but rather a testament to the power of mind over body, demonstrating that our understanding of human capabilities is ever evolving. Looking at these examples, the idea of mutant powers does not seem entirely far-fetched. Certain genetic mutations can indeed result in unusual abilities. However, the scientific plausibility of comic book-style superpowers is a subject of ongoing debate. The sheer complexity of human genetics combined with the laws of physics and biology makes the manifestation of such powers highly unlikely, though not entirely impossible. While science fiction and reality are two different realms, the line between them is often blurred, making the possibility of real-life mutants an intriguing topic. As we continue to explore and understand our genetic makeup, who knows what possibilities the future may hold? Imagine waking up one day to discover you could fly or read minds. How would the world react? In a society where the norm is suddenly upended, reactions would be as diverse as the population itself. At one end of the spectrum, there would be those who embrace the change, viewing these individuals with awe and admiration. The allure of the extraordinary could potentially elevate these mutants to celebrity status. Their unique abilities might be showcased in entertainment, sports, or even in the realm of public services, changing the face of our world as we know it. However, it's important to remember that not all reactions would be positive. Fear of the unknown has been a constant throughout human history. Powers that are beyond understanding could be seen as a threat, leading to suspicion and prejudice. Some might argue that these abilities disrupt the balance of power and the basic principles of fairness. This could result in these individuals being ostracized or worse, persecuted. Moreover, the potential for exploitation would be immense. Governments, corporations, and even criminal organizations could see these individuals as commodities, tools to be used for their own purposes. This could lead to a struggle between autonomy and control, with these mutants caught in the middle. The societal implications would also extend to the fields of law, ethics, and social justice. Would these individuals have the same rights as everyone else? Or would they be seen as a separate category altogether? How would society ensure that their powers are used responsibly, without infringing on their personal freedoms? In the midst of all these reactions, one thing is clear. The emergence of individuals with mutant powers would irrevocably change the fabric of our society. As history has shown, society's reaction to the unfamiliar is unpredictable, ranging from acceptance to fear and even exploitation. If individuals with superpowers began to emerge, how would governments worldwide respond? This question is as intriguing as it is complex. Imagine a world where some individuals possess the ability to fly or to move objects with their minds. The potential for such powers to disrupt societal norms is immense. Governments tasked with maintaining order and ensuring the safety of their citizens would likely react swiftly to this new reality. One possible response could be the implementation of regulations designed to monitor and control these superhuman individuals. These could include mandatory registration for those with powers, much like we register vehicles or firearms today. Such measures could help governments keep track of these superhumans, assess potential threats, and devise strategies to mitigate risks. But here's where it gets tricky. The surveillance of individuals based solely on their inherent abilities raises serious ethical concerns. It's one thing to monitor someone because of their actions, but quite another to do so because of abilities they were born with. This could potentially infringe upon their personal freedoms and civil liberties. Furthermore, the very existence of superhumans could tempt governments to weaponize these individuals. Imagine having a superhuman soldier in your army or a telepath in your intelligence agency. The potential military and strategic advantages are enormous, prompting governments to possibly conscript or coerce these individuals into service. However, this approach is fraught with ethical dilemmas. Would it be right to force individuals into service because of their abilities? How would governments ensure the humane treatment of superhumans in such scenarios? These are profound questions that would need to be addressed. Finally, governments would also need to consider the societal implications of these superhumans. Would they be viewed as a separate class of citizens? Would they have the same rights and obligations as regular humans? These are complex issues that would require careful thought and balanced legislation. The emergence of real-life superhumans would certainly pose new challenges for governments, prompting responses that could significantly impact our society and personal freedoms. What would life be like for someone with mutant powers? Imagine awakening one day to discover that you're able to fly, or read minds, or manipulate objects with just a thought. Suddenly, you're not just an average person anymore, you're an individual with a superpower. However, these extraordinary abilities would bring their own unique challenges. It's likely that a person with superpowers would face a crisis of identity. They would be forced to reconcile their human nature with their newfound abilities. A question would linger in their mind. Am I still a human being, or have I become something else? This struggle with identity may lead to a sense of isolation. Feeling different from everyone else can be a lonely experience, especially when those differences are as profound as having superpowers. The fear of being ostracized, misunderstood, or even feared by society could result in individuals with superpowers leading a life of solitude, hiding their abilities from the world. Yet, with extraordinary powers come extraordinary responsibilities. These individuals would face ethical dilemmas that most of us can't even begin to comprehend. What is the right way to use these powers? Should they be used for personal gain or for the greater good? And who gets to decide what the greater good is? Being a superhero might seem like a dream come true, but it's not all about saving the day and wearing a cool costume. It's about grappling with the moral and ethical implications of one's actions. It's about constantly questioning whether you're doing the right thing. It's about living with the fear that your powers could be misused or fall into the wrong hands. In many ways, individuals with superpowers would face the same challenges that we all do: the search for identity, the desire for acceptance, the struggle with solitude, and the responsibility to do what's right. But these challenges would be amplified, presenting a complex journey of self-discovery and moral questioning. Navigating life with superpowers would be a complex journey, filled with unique challenges and moral dilemmas. So, could X-Men-like mutants exist in real life? And what would their existence mean for society? As we've explored in this conversation, the realm of possibility for real-life mutants is not entirely outside the realm of scientific understanding. Genetic mutations are a natural part of human evolution, and while the leap to superpowers, as we see in the Marvel's X-Men, might seem far-fetched, who's to say what the future of human genetic development might hold? We've contemplated societal reactions to such a phenomenon, reflecting on how our world, so diverse and yet so divided, might react to the emergence of individuals with extraordinary abilities. Would it be a cause for celebration, fear, or perhaps a mix of both? We've also examined the potential government response to the emergence of mutants. Governments might seek to control or regulate these individuals, their powers posing potential threats or benefits to national security. The ethical implications of such actions could be profound, raising questions about civil liberties, surveillance, and the very definition of what it means to be human. And let's not forget the individual's experience. Imagine being the one to wake up with these superhuman abilities. The personal journey would undoubtedly be as complex as the societal and governmental responses, filled with discovery, fear, and potentially isolation. In summary, The existence of real-life mutants like the X-Men may seem like a notion confined to the pages of comic books. However, it opens up a fascinating exploration of scientific possibilities, societal reactions, and ethical dilemmas. It challenges us to question our understanding of human nature, our reactions to the unknown, and the very fabric of our societal structure. While the existence of real-life mutants remains a topic of speculation, the implications of such a reality provide a fascinating exploration of human nature, societal reactions, and ethical considerations.